if I was smart, those are the ones I'd be doing. Why aren't I smart?
I am the internet's dorky grandpa. Glad to meet ya. Hope you stay.
Howdy, 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 nearly senior citizen here. Welcome, boys, girls, men, women. Well, and whatever. I mean, if you're in front of a monitor, welcome. Glad to see you. This is just an idle wrap-up sort of thing. Let's see if I still have in my pocket. Last night I went to a friend/dealer's house because I ran out of pot yesterday, and pot is pain control for me. So I went over to his house, and he's a really, really cool guy. I mean, because he basically, when he's home, that's his job. He stays home, and he holds court in his house there. He has a lot of pot in jars, and what he does is people come to his home and they sit in chairs, and then he passes around his bong with, oh my god, good pot in it, and everyone smokes, and it's really, really good. And people buy, they drop in, take a couple hits, buy, stay a while, and then leave. And we smoked some really good stuff, had some dabs, and when I left, because I had to leave, because if I didn't, I wasn't going to be able to drive anymore. I would have just fallen asleep right there in the chair. It's not like it was, luckily smoking pot and driving, it's not like drinking and driving. The act of maintaining, especially if you got any sort of tolerance, and you're not high anymore, and you can drive and go and do what you did. But as soon as I got back in the house, I said, you know, I hate the fact that you get sober after maintaining. So I just did my best to relax, play music, and felt pretty good again, and then fell asleep for a couple hours. But it's kind of squashed, unfortunately. It's been in my pocket, but it's oh, you can't really see that. I bought 2 grams of something called 9-pound hammer. It's really good, but now it's 4 o'clock, almost 5 o'clock in the morning. And I'm going to the farmer's market, Canada's farmer's market in the morning, where I'm going to take about $275, and I need to buy 2 ounces of pot to last me this whole upcoming month. So I smoke about 2 grams a day, 1 gram for the first half of the day, and then another gram on the second half of the day. So I usually have sativas for the first half of the day, indicas for the second half of the day. And I mean, the fact that I can use my hands, well, you know what I mean. I can move my hands like this, even though that's all I can move, that hand, and I can move this hand like that. If it weren't for pot, I wouldn't be able to do that. I mean, I used to be on like 10 different narcotic pain medications, and I couldn't do that with my hands. In fact, I had to sign my name slow, and I could only do my first name and then stop because my hands hurt so much. And then I'd sign the rest of my name and then stop because of the pain. I walked slow, I used a walker, I didn't do anything. I just hurt so much. Now I smoke, and it ain't perfect, I hurt still, but comparatively it's the difference between night and day. Which is why I'm so pissed with what they're doing to the medical marijuana laws in Washington State, which is basically they said, boy, you know, we're losing money. We're not getting enough tax money off that. We're going to get rid of the medical marijuana. And so they're getting rid of medical marijuana. I mean, current laws are I could have like 16 ounces and grow 15 plants. But because they want to make money with recreational pot, they're changing all those laws so that I, as a medical patient, can have 3 ounces and 2 plants. Now, if there's 15 people living in a household, doesn't matter. Each household can grow like 2 or 3 plants. Ridiculous laws. They're still trying to fight them. They're horrible. Anyway, my new card has not showed up in the mail, but my brother-in-law, he's an interesting individual. He's the guy that he's got the business account through New Egg, and so I gotta, excuse me. He's got a business account in New Egg, so this card costs a lot more than the 200 or 300 bucks that I gave him. But this was the stats on the card that is going to be showing up. I don't have the URLs for the benchmark stats, but on the frames per second thing, the original card, just the flat 290 XOC, originally I was going to get that, and then he changed it to a different card that was an upgrade, and then the 270X that I was going to get went from top of the list down to very bottom of the list. And then when he was able to upgrade to this card, the 270X wasn't even on the list anymore. I mean, it was a list of like 15 cards, benchmarks, and it was gone. This one was not at the top, but in the top third. And it's showing how in many things like Battlefield and all that, it's pumping out like 150 frames per second on ultra settings. So it's not a bad card. It may be, I mean, it's AMD, but it crossfires to the motherboard it's supposed to. The 270X doesn't crossfire to the board anymore. They discovered, if you go to the Linus Tech, the RPG chick sent me a link to this Linus Tech reviews, and he talked about the 270X, and you can't crossfire it anymore to anything. They just got rid of the crossfire on it because they discovered that whether you crossfire or not, it doesn't change anything. So they just took the crossfire off. But the thing is about that card is every time I have listened to you people and then gone to him and talked to him and then gone back and forth on these things, he handed me this because he said, look, you show those idiots on the internet what we got. You know, they don't know what's going on. This is what we're doing. And so he doesn't have a whole lot of respect for anyone that's not him. Basically, if it's not him, it doesn't matter. And you're in his circle of friends, even online friends. But if you're not in that circle or you're not him, you're just, to him, you're a freaking idiot. You don't know what you're talking about. Doesn't matter if you own your own business. If you build and upgrade machines, you could be Bill Gates. And after talking with him, he'd just go, what a frickin' idiot. He doesn't know what he's talking about. And then just ignore everything he said and do what he wants. That's the way it is. That's life. I mean, if you know what he's like, you can deal with it. Hi. He says he watches these videos. So, hi. Hi, brother-in-law. Hopefully you're not watching this one. Anything else? Anything else? Okay, I'm going to the farmer's market in the morning to buy pod. I'm getting the card hopefully Monday. And then my nephew is going to put the card in because my brother-in-law, his first rule is I don't open up the case. Because in his eyes, I'm just an idiot. And if I touch it, I'm going to break it because I don't know the first thing about computers or computer parts or anything like that. Doesn't matter that since 1993 I have been building, buying, and upgrading the parts by myself and building computers. The only thing that changed was I went into rehab in 2000, and from about 97 to about 2002 I fell out of the hardware department, and so when I got out of rehab I didn't really know what was going on. I'd since been learning and I know what's going on, and I can take my computer apart if I wanted. In fact, the previous one, every time it got dusty, I just went inside, opened it all up, pulled all the parts out, took an air compressor, blew it all out, put all the parts back in, and screwed it all back together. I'm not an idiot. But he doesn't want me to open it because he knows I'm an idiot, and so if I open it up, I'll break it. Thank you. So, that's what I gotta live with. It's okay. I basically have a doormat on my back. I can get along with anybody, whether it's Hitler or Osama bin Laden or whatever the guy was, Saddam Hussein. What I'm trying to say is they're not my kind of people, but it doesn't matter how unpleasant someone is. I can generally get along with them, and that's fine. Because like I said, doormat on my back, and I don't like conflict. I just try to get along. I'm a stick drifting down a stream. I try not to let drama catch me on the edges. I'm just drifting through life. I want to keep it that way. One time that I didn't drift through life was when I was married for 12 years. I stuck to the edges there for marriage. That's the kind of sticking to the edges of the river of life I like to do. I'd love to be married again. I'd love to fall in love. But every time I think too much of my wife, I start to cry. And, you know, I can't even take off my wedding ring, because to me, I mean, I'm still married. Just because she's dead, I mean I'm not married to her. Thickening up, tears already. She hasn't even gone 2 years, so... Well, not even a year. I think a year and a half. No. March, April, May, June, July, August, September. Well, no, it's August, so next month. On the 16th, she'll have been gone for a year and a half. I'm getting used to it. Well, I don't want this one to run on too long. This is just a quick fill-in to let you know what's going on in my life. I'm still trying to whip out the videos. Oh yeah, that was the other thing that I wanted to talk about here. I'm going to show you pictures of what I'm talking about here. This is my Google Analytics page, and these are my top 10 videos. And as you can see from my top 10 videos here, my most watched ones have been Drakensong, Arx Fatalis, of which I did one, and then my talking about myself. So we can see my most watched ones are Drakensong, Arx Fatalis, Caves of Cud. If I was smart, those are the ones I'd be doing. Why aren't I smart? That's a good question. Drakensong number 13 was my most watched one from July 8th. And then Arx Fatalis from March 20th was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th most popular. Why aren't I doing more of these? I'm going to be doing more of these. You'll be seeing less of those and more of these. So, thank you very much. Let's just take a quick look. I mean, I'm here. Let's take a quick look at the Google Analytics. As we can see, actually, this past month, past 28 days, July 9th through the 5th, for both subscribed and not subscribed, my views are up. My minutes watched are up again. I mean, I've been slow drift downward ever since the bump when Cola Pops, sorry about that, Cola Pops felt bad for me and really, well, went to town. Thank you again, Cola Pops. That was awesome. I wish... That's the last thing I'm going to round this up with, my brain talking about that. But the likes are up, dislikes, they're also up. Yay! Yay. Comments are up, shares are up, videos and playlists. I think that's mine, and I've gotten 48 subscribers in the last 28 days. But let's take a look. That's both subscribed and not subscribed. Subscribers are, wow. Oh, nope. Subscribers, views, way down. Minutes watched, way down. Likes up, dislikes up, shares up, videos, playlists down. Nope, subscribers, well, that's good. Let's take a look at the non-subscribers. Yeah, that's where it always goes up. The non-subscribers, lots of views. Non-subscribers, lots of views watched. Non-subscribers really pick this up. I mean, non-subscribers is where I get most of my stuff. Subscribers don't watch anything. Non-subscribers do. As you can see, I mean, there's the analytics to show it. I mean, I'm not saying it there's the analytics. That's okay. That's fine. Hey, does that... Oh yeah, this list changes. Among the subscribers, it's my new computer parts, Agario, talking about my body and the horrible, horrible things that are happening to me. Interesting. Non-subscribed, they're interested in the role-playing. Broke tiles. And then the two of you together is why it's all role-playing games and roguelikes. And of course, my talking about the horrible, horrible things that happen in my life. That's enough analytics. Let's talk about other stuff now, like my brain. I love making videos, and I want to collaborate with people. I have a problem here because I spent 23 years as an active alcoholic. I was an active alcoholic from like age 12-ish. I started drinking around 12 because I used to make drinks for my parents and I would sneak drinks. And then I started just drinking on my own, their alcohol, and then I started partying, and then I went in the Air Force and it really started pouring alcohol down. And then it got so bad that from 1997 to 2000 is when I entered my real death spiral. I mean, I was drinking to kill myself. I mean, I had like 2 feet of garbage on my floor. I couldn't walk in my room anymore. I had to crawl there and through over the garbage in the morning because I had to shake so bad. It'd take me 45 minutes to get into my room and into my computer chair, during which time I would be shaking and sweating and unable to really move a beer and drink. I'd have to put a straw in the beer so I could drink it because my shakes were so bad. And then after about 15 minutes, everything was fine. Rock steady, I could do whatever I wanted. Bad. So I finally took myself into rehab, blew a .566 on the breathalyzer. I still remember that day. My parents drove me around. I remember everything. We went to dinner, they took me to rehab, they took me to the hospital, went to another place, and then back to rehab. To the hospital because I wanted to make sure that I wasn't going to die, you know. But then they took me back to rehab because they said, it's okay, rehab. And I didn't go into convulsions or die. I should have. When .566 on a breathalyzer, when you're at .2, you're massively drunk. When you're at .3, most people pass out at .3. At .4, you're having difficulty breathing. A lot of people die at .4. At .5, most people are in a coma and starting to die. I was up wandering around, going to rehab, having dinner with my parents, and I remember that day. My ammonia in my system was horrible. My liver was bloated. It was alcoholic hepatitis. Hepatitis just means liver problems. Hepatitis A is a disease that causes liver problems, and it's hepatitis A. I had alcoholic hepatitis, and that my liver was swollen because of all this. As soon as I stopped drinking, it shrank back down, no longer had alcoholic hepatitis. I have a fatty liver, but it works just fine now as long as I don't drink. I was within 30 days of being dead because I hadn't eaten. I couldn't eat. If I was sober, I couldn't eat because everything I ate I threw up because my body was sick from lack of oxygen, of alcohol. And when sober, when I drink, then I didn't need to eat because I had alcohol in me. And I didn't want it, I wasn't hungry anymore. So I almost died from that, went into rehab, and came out alive. But because of that, I also have bad, out of sight, out of mind. I can start off with 10 tabs open at the beginning of a month. Just keep opening up the browser every single day. Anytime a browser window closes, because maybe it's annoying, maybe something happens, at the end of that 30 days I'll be down to like 2 tabs and not really noticing that it changed. It'll be like after 30 days going, didn't I used to have more tabs? And not being able to really remember. All you people that I've talked to on Skype before, I keep forgetting I have Skype. I'm sorry. I keep forgetting. If something is not directly in front of me and I'm not being directly reminded, I forget so fast like that. And then it's gone. Alcoholism, fibromyalgia, pot. Pot makes the fibromyalgia worse. Fibro fog is bad. Out of sight, out of mind. I try my best to remember. I'm so sorry. I'm doing my best. But now, this one's been like 20 minutes and I've got to edit it down to something not so awful. So you take care. If you liked what you've seen or heard, could you toss me a like? I'd love it if you subscribe to the channel. Hey, want to share the video? I'm talking about me, so it's okay to watch. And let's see, leave comments, love comments. Follow some of them links. They go to like my Patreon page, my Blogger, Tumblr, Twitter. God, there's more. GoFundMe, Patreon, Facebook. There's even a Pinterest. How about that? So thank you very, very much. Remember, I do this for you, literally. I was drifting away out of life after my wife died. I was sitting in a chair. What I would do was sit in a chair and read for 18 hours a day, because the minute I woke up, I was just waiting for the day to be over. So I would sit in a chair and read for 18 hours, only getting up to go to the bathroom. And then at the end, when 18 hours was up, I could finally turn off my tablet, because I read on my tablet, and then just go, oh, thank God the day's over. And then I go to bed, wake up, do the same thing the next day. I was just going through life, drifting out. I was leaving. I was leaving. But you, YouTube, you brought me back. It's because of you. Literally, you brought me back out of my shell, and I'm back a part of life again. And it's all because of you, YouTube. It's all because of you. Thank you. Thumbs up. You take care, and I'll see you on the flip side. Greatly appreciated. You gave me my life, YouTube, and I like that. I don't like the idea of being dead. Take care.